Hi student, I am Assistant Professor Sayali Patil. Welcome again. In this session, we discuss the lesson number 2 from your lesson number 3, topic number 3 from your cost and worst accounting subject, that is the purchase procedure. In previous previous session, we discussed about the what is purchase of material control, essential need, as well as objective of material control. Now we discuss with the important aspect, that is the purchase department and its function. So before thinking or checking the what are the role and function of purchase department, we just go through the what are the objective of purchase department. It is an important function to purchase of material for any organization. So sizable rightful purchasing means it is a proper decision related with the purchase. So you can say there is a rightful purchasing when it possible. What to purchase, it is the answer for that should be a right quality. How much to purchase in right quantity, when to purchase in right time, at what price to purchase, it should be on a right price, from where to purchase, from the right market or the right place where it is available, and from whom to purchase, from the right supplier. So according to this, it is an important object of purchase department that are to obtain the required material, supplies, machine tools and services at the most favorable term, uh, with the maintaining the desired standard of quality and continue of services. It is another object to obtain the knowledge of or the acceptance of the order. The purchase department to avoid multiplication of. So another important object of purchase department is to avoid multiplication, wastage and obsolescence, and reduce the stock holding by rationalization, better stocking arrangement, wiser ordering, and encourage proper use of near and the cheaper alternative. So for that purpose, for achieving this type of purchase, they must have a knowledge about the acceptance of order, obtain the promise of delivery according to the requirement, watch the progress of filling up the orders, particularly for important items, and check up finally that the delivery promise is observed or the complete in time, to help in estimating the raw material required for the production from time to time through the material planning. To develop proper procedure, method and forms of scientific purchasing, to facilitate smooth operation and the development of technique of effective communication with the top management of the company, so that the true picture of the purchasing function is presented, to ensure the management about the procurement of material for the right quality in right quantity, as well as right time, right source at a right price. So to safeguard the company's property in the form of inventory and maintaining it at the optimum level, considering the operating requirement and financial resources of the business. Information about availability of material should be continuously reported to the management, so that the planning of production carried out in efficient manners. Now we discuss some main functions of the purchase department. Receiving of purchase requisition from the various department is the function, and they can ask for the various department. So the purchase of quality material, while the purchasing department should invite quotation from the different supplier to deliver material as per the specification of purchase requisition, as well as prepare comparative statement of quotation of supplier, selecting a supplier from the comparative statement. So purchasing at a right quality material at a right price and right quantities. So it is in their function. It should be ensured by the purchase department. Whatever the supply of purchase, it should be in timely supply of material is ensured by the purchase department. So it is a function of purchase department to add. It should be remembered that the material purchase of a particular job should be obtained at a right time. So there should not be delay in production. So while doing an arrangement of the supply with the supplier, purchasing department must attention that timely supply of material will be one of the important aspects. Determination of purchase budget. Preparing purchase budget is one of the most important function of purchasing department. While preparing purchase budget, requisition and specification of material must be taken into consideration. For prompt and correct payment of purchase bills, there should be close relation with the accounts department and store department. They should be coordinate with the other two departments, that is for the payment of account department and for the storing purpose store department. This purchase budget guides the purchase manager in knowing the what he has to buy and what should be the quality, quantity, size, and also what is the price of that commodity or that goods. Selection of supplier is the another function of purchase department. Proper care should be taken while the selecting of supplier. Alternative receive by the purchase requisition, the purchase department start exploring the source of material and supply. Various sources are examined and find out the proper best material at the lowest possible price. Due to consideration is also given to the factor like terms of payments, date of delivery, and the reliability of supply. Then it is the next function, that the issue of purchase order to supplier. After selecting the proper supplier, purchase manager prepare a purchase order and place them to the selected supplier. See, once the purchase order is issued to the supplier, it is obligatory on the part of purchase manager to take delivery of material and arrange for the payment of invoice. Purchase order must be carefully prepared, including all necessary essential element of purchase to be made, means all conditions and requirement must be entered in the purchase order. So the verification of quality and quantity of material is the another function of purchase department. When we place an order and receive the goods, it is an important part to check and find out the various document certifying the materials of request quantity, quality are received, and passing purchase invoice for the payment if everything is in order is the main function of purchase department. Okay, now we discuss with the next point, that is important aspect, the purchase procedure. Purchase procedure has a various steps included in the purchase procedure. So the first step, that is the purchase budget. The purchase manager with the help of production planning departments or any other department purchase budget at the beginning of the year. Budget guides them in knowing that what he has to buy and what should quality, quantity, size, and also when he has to buy. So there should be a production target or budget for the concern as a whole. So the budget, the following factors should be considered. First point, that is the quality and quantity of each material needed according to the production budget. The present stock position and the material expected to arrive already covered by purchase order. So the date on which the material are required, purchase price of material and possible quantity at a various discounts. Source of supply must be explained or think about the purchase, think in the process of budget. So the next point, that is the receipt of purchase requisition. Budget are prepared at the beginning of the year, but whenever the department need purchase, they can send a request to the department. So the receipt of after the receipt of purchase requisition, the purchase department or the purchase manager initiate action for the purchase of raw material only after the receipt of such type of purchase requisition from the storekeeper, production control department, works manager, and from any other authorized officer. The purchase requisition are prepared by the officer who need the material for production and other activities and will send to the department of making purchase. So the purchase requisition is normally prepared in 3 copies. First, original copy is sent to the purchasing department. Second copy is written with the department preparing it. The third copy is sent to the production planning and control department. What is the important? Purchase requisition serves the first point, that is the notification to the purchase department what are the requirement by each particular department or for the particular material. It provides written record as well as it provides data for the reference when responsibility for storage of material is to be encashed. So the purchase requisition includes or the content of purchase requisition form, that is a name and description of material, quantity of material, date on which the material are required, and place of delivery of goods after receiving inspection department's report, and signature of authority initiating the purchase requisition, who is the responsible person. Once the purchase department receives the purchase requisition, Purchase department has take necessary step to the procure or the purchase of required material. The first step is regard to this about the supplier to whom the purchase order may be sent. For this purpose, it has to examine that record about the performance of supplier who had supplied material to the company in the past, and also the supplier who have been supplying material to the company. So it has to up to date the list. So the single they invite or the organization invite suppliers to the various type of tenders. Single, there are the two or three types of tender. First, single tender, or for from a very few selected supplies. If the one person is invited, called single tender. If the very few persons or the supplier are called restricted tender, or from all resource of supply, if we call anyone can fill that tender called open tender through the advertisement in daily newspapers or any source of advertisement. After selecting the proper supplier, the purchase manager prepare purchase order. The purchase order is also known as the supply order, is in a form of contractual. It is the agreement with the supplier which binds both purchaser as well as the supplier, because when the order is placed, the supplier is bound to supply the material in accordance with the terms and condition. And the purchase order is prepared on the basis of quotation submitted by the supplier. On the other hand, purchase order also binds the purchase manager to accept the delivery of material and to make necessary arrangement for the payment, because it is the purchase manager who is placed order. Generally five copies are prepared for the purchase order. First to the supplier, second receiving department, third department which initiated purchase requisition, then account department, and for the filling department for the reference. So it prepare in 5 copies. After the purchase order place, the receipt of material, it in large enterprise there is generally separate receiving departments are there, but in small concern the receipt and inspection of goods may be done by one person. When the order goods are received, receiving clerk check whether the packages and their contents are intact or not and compares the quality and product particulars with the supplier, delivery note, and the copy of purchase order. Receiving clerk is not expert in checking the quality orders, but will just weight, count, and measure the quantity of material. Material receipt number are prepared for the goods material receipt number if the goods are returned to the supplier. When we prepare material receipt note, it is the main purpose of preparing material receipt note is it informs the storekeeper or other requisition about the receipt of material. It notifies the accounting department for the material have been received and the voucher can be prepared. When it includes the cost column, it can serve the source of entry in the store ledger. So material receipt note contains serial number, supplier name, description, code, quantity, order number, inspection report, bin number, etc. Condition in which the material are received, type of container, and mode of transportation are the content of material receipt note, received note, prepare at the receiving of material. The receiving department receives, unload, unpack, and mark the material. It also checks the quantity of material received and compare it with the quantity mentioned in the purchase order. Any difference between the quantity order and the quantity received will be recorded in the note. So in big business or big organization, there is a separate inspection and testing department to test the quality of material. The report, they prepare a report. The report contains the information about the number and the date of report, number and date of the material received note, purchase order number, name of supplier. It clearly mentions the quantity of goods received, accepted or rejected, and the reasons for rejection. Generally, this report is prepared in triplicate. The original copy is sent to the purchasing department, second copy is to the store production department, and third copy is written by the inspection or the testing department.